Denver Broncos Mile High View, no commercials, nothing but beer breaks. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
All right. I put together a little video because I didn't know if we'd be able to do this. I'm sure there'll be hell to pay for doing it. But I brought up, kind of focusing back in on the old Aaron Rodgers, some other issues. Did you have any take on that?
On your last video?
Yeah.
I thought you brought up great points when it came to this Aaron Rodgers thing. You were definitely drinking the Kool-Aid there, in a good way. But no, it was really good. I enjoyed it. Yeah, exactly. I really love ruining your channel. It's one of my it gives me great joy and pleasure. And
I've seen that before, but I didn't see that recently.
Yeah.
It ruins the channel. Channel crasher.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to talk about the channel because, again, not having to worry about subs, trying to pander to subs, and not worrying about getting Bronco interviews, all the nonsense. The film is the interview. It always is the interview, the ultimate interview. And we can go back and we can, keep looking and exploring that. So this channel is free. I don't have anybody telling me what not to say. Oh no, you're not going to get, you got to lie to them. You got to make them feel good. And I think that's what happens. All these people, they all know the gig, tell everybody what they want to hear. We're going to tell it like it is and not put our head in the sand. So I want to, there was a link on the last video I sent, and it's the same old crap. I need somebody out there to explain to me, how does a team, we can go basically through the wins. You beat teams like the Jags, the Jets, the Detroit. I think they played Detroit.
The JV squad.
Yeah, they can beat the JV squad, but they get routed by the Raiders of all people, lose twice to them, twice to the Chiefs, of course. The Ravens, they get routed by them. Steelers pretty much they weren't worried at all. Cleveland had no problem with them. They squeaked by Washington. By the way, so did I think Seattle lost to Washington, actually. Russell Wilson. I think Russell Wilson did play in that game because that was one of the games I watched. But I need somebody out there to explain to me, how does a team that struggled mightily with a lot of these other teams, how is it that the upper echelon teams, how is it a team like that having how does a Super Bowl roster fall on its face? I mean, you got to give Teddy Bridgewater more credit than that. I mean, when Teddy Bridgewater had the Saints player personnel around, he looked pretty damn good. And we brought that point up that he wasn't going to look like it wasn't, because it wasn't the Saints. So I just need somebody to explain to me how this is in any way, with a straight face, how is this a Super Bowl contending roster? And it seems to have gotten, quite frankly, worse this offseason. Okay, let's not include the quarterback. Let's include everything else.
Oh God.
I mean, I know people want to get subs. I know people want to get likes. All of it useless, really, as far as information. Me and you are data guys. We're data guys. When we watch film, we get more and more data. And you know that Link has this guy. This guy was a fantasy guy, and this is the difference between a fantasy person and a film person. Fantasy, they have all these stats, but they don't know the context behind any of these stats. They roll these stats off their tongue like they mean something. It's not baseball. You know, it's not baseball. So it just, you know, I just wanted to do something different. I didn't want to have. I didn't want the subs to be the issue. I don't want to kowtow to people that want to hear crap. There's plenty of that shit going on. They don't need another channel for that. You know, so I just wanted to, you know, I think watching film, I've learned more and more. I just learned so much. Continue to learn, the instance, Russell Wilson's hand. You know, having surgery. Nobody, I had no clue. I didn't know that happened until I got into the film. Like, oh shit, you know, nobody said anything about that. You know, so anyway, I just wanted to explain that you know, we're more of a chronicle. We're not really a show. We're a chronicle. We're, you know, we're looking at film and we're writing. We're data guy. We're explaining the data, what we're seeing. I got just a quick off the cuff question, completely off the cuff. Do you think Georgia's defense is one of the best in college football for a while?
Georgia's defense?
Yeah. They're seniors. Juniors, I guess.
In college football?
Yeah.
I think them and Alabama are neck and neck.
Is anybody from in Alabama or in Georgia, any of those players on the defensive line, interior guys, did they have anybody who could possibly be an Arnold? I'm sorry, a Darnold type? Or is that too much of a stretch?
I think that's too much of a stretch. I think that a player that I wanted is Jordan Davis, the nose tackle out of Georgia. And then you traded all your draft picks for fucking.
I know.
But I also really didn't want to interrupt you because you were speaking music to my ears about the whole that fantasy draft comment. Again, you know, I'm really like thinking about this in my head. You people think that this is a Super Bowl roster. You guys must be fucking high.
I don't know how you.
Dove Valley, and John Elway. You guys are done. Like, I'm sorry, but you were nowhere near. Dude, I'm not expecting this team to go to the playoffs. For one thing and one reason, well, there's multiple reasons, but the biggest thing is ownership, culture, player development, and you have no depth on this roster. Russell Wilson goes out, you're screwed. Certain players on your defense, you're screwed. Like, you don't have no depth anywhere. You think our special teams is going to be out of this world? It's going to suck again, and then you're going to blame the coach, and then you're going to run him out of town.
And
like, this is
Peyton.
Broncos. This isn't the 2012 Denver Broncos. Stop it. Stop lying to yourself. Like, I cannot take it anymore. I am done with this bullshit. Stop thinking we're a Super Bowl caliber roster because none of you were talking about Randy Gregory before we got him. I'm going on a tangent, but this has to be said because no one else is gonna fucking say it.
Yeah.
Gregory. No one was talking about Randy Gregory till we gave him that deal. No one was talking about Singleton. No one was talking about Quan Williams. No one was talking about DJ Jones. Nobody was talking about any of these players until they came here. No one was even mentioning Russell Wilson to the point where he was going to come to Denver.
Yeah.
Did we upgrade our offensive line? Did we upgrade our offensive line? Did we upgrade the center? We didn't upgrade shit.
They acted like Turner was this big acquisition.
Maybe 3-5 years ago.
Did you see what the Dallas guy commented about Gregory?
Yeah. Well, we've been saying.
He said, I go to these Bronco websites and they're going on about Gregory being D-Ware, and it's like this is blasphemy. And I'm like, now you understand the delusion I had to get away from, because there's no, objective voices out there. So
No.
I mean, we saw things we liked and we said things that we like, and unfortunately, they do more crap and they're how they were handled last year by superior teams. That's not because you're a quarterback away. If we were a quarterback away, it would have looked a lot different under Bridgewater. It would have looked a whole lot different. You wouldn't have got him killed. Number one, wondering whether he's going to. We should even take bets on when this offensive line gets Wilson killed.
Oh, so we're gonna bet $100K like that one commenter said, and never, regain form from that point on. From that point on, when he offered us $50K or whatever.
Oh,
offer you $50K.
Yeah. Well, yeah. How did that go? I even forgot about that. So ridiculous. Was that in the beginning of the season?
I'm keeping these people in my memory for when they bury Russell Wilson, because you and I are going to have to come on here just like you did to defend Drew Lock. We're going to have to come on here and defend Russell Wilson, and then it's going to be the same bullshit again.
I think, to be honest with you, I think that Locke is getting into a much better situation than Russell Wilson is.
Russell Wilson a much better situation before he came here too.
And if Locke has a better year, Locke had a better year. If that happens,
toxic people.
If that happens, this ain't about Wilson and Locke. What it is about the ineptitude of the Denver Broncos. That's what it really.
This organization is a bottom 3 organization. I'm sorry, they suck.
Well, they don't have stability, really. They don't have the long-term view.
Well,
they have the guy at the top. He has, it's his legacy. I got to win now. It's my legacy. I got to win now. It's not like an owner that we're going to build something for the long haul.
I'm sorry I'm going to say this. Well, fuck your legacy, John Elway. I'm sorry I had to say that, but fuck your legacy, because I really don't give 2 shits about your legacy. If you were on 31 other teams and Pat Bowlen was still in charge of this organization, you would have been fired 3 to 5 years ago. So fuck your legacy, John Elway.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm cussing, but
if this thing goes south, my recommendation is the owner has got to just clean out all that riffraff, and they need to get the proper mentality, long-term team building, player personnel building, actual development.
Like the Buffalo.
I'm not talking about building as in the. I'm not talking about roster building, like bringing in Band-Aids and all. No, we're talking about development. We're talking about a family and a culture that's it's like a big hole, a big space in this Bronco organization. It is going to show itself. And I know that if all this rah, we know how rah works. If all this rah goes down the tubes, it turns the opposite direction. It turns into sour grapes real quick. So, and it's every man for himself once again at the Denver Broncos. So, it's going to be extremely interesting. I wanted to talk about the receivers.
Wow.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Receivers. Russell Wilson took.
Are we going to trade for DK Metcalf now? Is that a small high bubble?
Drew Lock's going to be thrown to that guy. Russell Wilson will watch the tape. He saw what I saw. He saw what you saw. And Russell Wilson, in his mind, had to say, oh my God, I got to get these guys out there. he had to have seen that, Well, I mean, you got Cortland Sutton. I'll say, okay, he's in a knee brace running around out there. I could see, Patrick taking off plays. The stuff we showed on film. We showed this stuff on film. And that's just it, too. People want to hear slick talkers roll out stats. Yeah, oh, God, tell me. But when we actually show, here, take a look at the film. Right? Take a look at the film. They don't want to see any of that stuff. We'll show you.
Well, they're not. Again, they don't want to look at film. That's too hard for their mental capacity. Like we said, me and you are so far and ahead between. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody, but we're in a different realm than these people, than the Dove Valley. If you came to our Dove Valley, the Pat Bullen run Dove Valley, you guys would be running for the hills. Okay, I'm sorry, but that's just the reality of the situation. I mean,
they would run to the hills until they saw our offensive line in front of Wilson that we over the years had created. They said, get these guys. And I'm telling you, I'm just want to pick what game is it where Russell Wilson's sideline?
I mean, that's really hard to.
I have to look at the schedule.
Yeah, you have to wait till it comes out, but I could see it if we play the Chargers early, if we play the Chargers mid-season with that pass rush. I mean, I was listening to one of our old videos, and we were talking about what the Chargers have done, and I want to say this. I'm not a big Justin Herbert fan, but I mean, he hasn't made. I mean, you have an offensive line that's developing properly. They got. Oh yeah, I'm a talking head in the dark, Rashawn Slater. I haven't heard from you people in a while, so shit hurts. And then they went out this offseason, got the number one nose tackle on my board in free agency, Sheldon Joseph Day. Got Khalil Mack, have Joey Bosa.
Oh, can I ask you something about Khalil Mack? I always looked at Khalil Mack as more of an interior guy than a edge rusher.
I think the difference between Khalil Mack and Von Miller is Khalil Mack has more power to his game than Von Miller. Von Miller has more of that finesse movement than Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack uses a lot of his hand in the dirt, that bull rush mentality, that bull rush ability to get to the quarterback, not to go off, do 5 wide tech work and go on the outside and do spin moves and all that. Khalil Mack relies a lot on his power rush ability, just like an Aaron Donald, just like a Grady Jarrett, just like a Sheldon.
A lot of times, I heard the fantasy football guy. I don't watch film. Call him an edge rusher, but when I watch film and see Khalil Mack, a lot of his big highlight stuff, it's his push up the middle.
Wait, and again, hold on just a minute. His best year was when he was playing in Chicago, right?
One of his best years. He played good with the Raiders.
Yeah, one of his but one of his best years was Vic Fangio's defense in Chicago when he was actually able to build the defense correctly. Huh. Okay.
Allowed to get the play. Yeah. And that defense has gone down the tube since he left.
Yep.
Oh no, that's going to be an issue come this season too. I think James Marilat's going to be eating his hat when this is all said and done.
Well, James Marilat can eat all the hats he wants. He's still a fucking idiot.
Yeah. I think this defense it's
going to be dreadful. I mean, again, I want to talk about the receivers because I don't want to get off track here. I want to get back to your point because, we're going to get commenters, they're going all over the place. But, yeah, it is what it is. But receivers, again, I mean, seriously? You're going to say this trio of receivers is a top 5 unit in the National Football League? Why the fuck am I hearing this? Why the hell am I hearing this from Dove Valley and the other online platforms? This gets my blood boiling. Why do I have to hear from these idiotic fans that are Indianapolis Colt riders and Cowboys beat reporters saying that this receiving core in Denver is a top 5, top 10 unit when Russell Wilson was in Seattle and he had Tyler Lockett, Doug Baldwin, and DK Metcalf, and all these other players there. Jermaine Kearse, all these other players there.
You know what? It's kind of funny. It's Drew.
One have in Denver.
Drew Lock's going to say, "Hey, Russell, you missed these guys yet?"
Well, he's actually going to have time to throw the ball to them when he's behind that line. Man, Drew Lock is going to. I'm just saying. I'm not going to make predictions here, but Drew Lock might actually be starting all season because he's in a better culture, better organization, better offensive line,
he's in a system that fits. Instead of, Pete Carroll, all this, you hear these Bronco, these idiots, idiots. Pete Carroll's not going to call in Shermer, okay?
Oh, it was all Vic Fangio. No, it was all Vic Fangio that called in Shermer. It wasn't Elway, right?
Yeah, the guy that had no interest in the offense. Yeah.
Well, what is so funny to me is under Rich Scangarello, who thrived in that system? Three guys that Death Valley shits on. Dalton Reisner, number one. Number two, Noah Fant. And number three, Drew Lock. Those people thrived on the offensive side of the ball. But on that, when they were running that with Mike Munchak. And then Elway, what'd you have to fucking do because your ego and you can't keep it in your pants more than 10 seconds. All you had to do is, I see Kansas City down there. I'm going to go get a Kansas City type system and Pat fucking Shermer. I mean, Shermer, out of all people, really give me Mike Kafka instead of freaking. Give me Eric Bieniemy before you give me Pat Shermer, please. Goodness, give me Matt Nagy before you give me Pat Shermer. Really? Why did you go Pat Shermer again? That really just cemented it for me that you're such a fucking idiot. You are an idiotic moron, dude.
I'll just say those receivers that Denver had looked a whole lot better with Locke than they did with Bridgewater. I will say that.
Well, I think they did a lot better in the Rich Scangarello system than they did the Pat Shermer system.
Yes. And then I was going to say yes, and even more so. So we talk about the receivers.
Jerry Jeudy, baby. Yeah, breakout year number 3.
Well, here's the thing. Jerry Jeudy, I think you were on to something with Hamler in the slot. I think if they had put Hamler in the slot, I think that they're talking Jeudy in the slot. And I'm like, Yes, I realize that Hamler's a track guy. But Hamler would be great in this more, be more of a slot guy. Jeudy,
I would rather have KJ Hamler out there than Jerry fucking Jeudy.
Yeah. Well, you're going to have all of them out there. You may even have Tyree Cleveland out there.
Oh, wonderful! Just what I need, a 5 wide receiver set.
That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing coming out of on the film I'm watching. I'm seeing 4 and 5 wide receivers. Once in a while, they'll throw a tight end. This is a tight end light offense. What I'm looking at, it's tight end light as far as passing goes. They may go tight end heavy in the running game, but as far as and if they're looking for a tight end. I could only assume they're looking for if they're smart. I'm assuming they're looking for a guy that can block.
They have Eric Tomlinson, the stiff Eric Tomlinson. When you had an Eric Saubert who was more agile and could block better than Eric Tomlinson.
Yeah, it's things like that. It boggles my. Maybe Schobert just wanted to get the hell out of here. I don't know.
What are we going to draft Trey McBride in the 2nd round now? A tight end out of Colorado State? I don't want a tight end in the 2nd round. I don't want a corner in the 2nd round. I want an offensive lineman, a middle linebacker that can cover. Because now, again, we're hearing the chatter because this is LA at his best. You're
Putting it
moving.
out there.
You're
Putting it
moving.
out there. Putting it out there.
Yeah, you're moving Baron Brown into the outside.
Oh, did
Again,
you like the fantasy football guy?
yeah, the fantasy football.
Yeah.
Yeah. I take so much credibility away from a fantasy football guy who doesn't know, his foot to his ass. Okay, I'm
Well, what
sorry.
you do is they go and they listen to what all the same people are saying, right?
No, but still,
Everybody's getting it from this.
I know. And again, doesn't shock me one bit that we're moving Baron Browning to outside linebacker again. Like, see, this is exactly how I know Elway's involved because
He'll make a good edge rusher. Need another edge rusher. Yeah. So while he's edge rushing, who's taking care of the middle of the field?
Alex Singleton and Josie Jewell. Yeah. Woo. This is going to be.
Have they not learned in 6 seasons of getting burned in the middle of the field? They have not learned. This is why an owner has to clean house. You cannot. If you haven't learned your lesson in 6 years, you got to go because it's going to get exploited again. I'm listening to the radio, the morons on the radio. Well, this offense is going to be 14 points ahead of everybody. 14 points ahead of the Jets. I don't even know if you're going to get a Jet on your schedule. Because the NFL is drumming this whole, one quarterback away, Russell Wilson. They're saying, okay, Broncos. Yeah. Here comes the schedule.
You know what? Actually, that brings up a point that I wanted to talk about how I'm hoping the NFL does this because I want this team to be exposed for the bullshit that they are. Because I am sick and tired of having to go through each and every season when we play a Baltimore and they're not nationally televised, and we keep going through the same routine every fucking offseason. I want a game like that to be televised and see us get our asses handed to us in the trenches, and people now understand what me and you've been talking about for fucking years. Because I'm sick of the same old bullshit every year. We don't get entrenched players. DJ Jones, love it. But again, the reason why I'm not hyping it up as much as I was is because I realized that he's playing against Draymond fucking Jones and Mike Purcell.
So is Mike Purcell still? Is he signed?
Yeah, he's still on the roster.
So this is the thing too: is they never got DJ Jones to give that push up the middle. That's strictly they wanted him for run stopping.
Yep.
There's no. Now I understand.
We have Jones. That's why we had Draymond Jones through 5 years. This is his breakout year.
And then we showed the film where they just run right at him. Oh yeah.
God, man, man. Solomon Thomas is still out there.
How many times did me and you have to say, "Where is he? Where is he? Where is he?" You saw Solomon Thomas. You didn't have to say, "Where is he?" You saw what he did. He made a difference even right in the Bronco game.
Yeah, you saw how he got Max Crosby 5 years, $95 million.
Yeah.
Do you guys get it?
Yeah, no, they don't. Well, let's go back to what you were saying about the San Diego. What you were saying about the Chargers. Look at their line acquisitions. Look at the Chiefs' line acquisitions. And with Josh McDaniels, that offensive line is a priority. These guys ain't screwing around. Oh, they're good enough. Good enough. They're not in the good enough. They're not playing the good enough game.
I completely agree with you. I mean, again, when it comes to line talent, the Chargers, the Chiefs, for example, I wanted Creed Humphrey in the draft. I got so much shit for that. I wanted Rashawn Slater in the draft. Got so much shit for that. I wanted Ryan Ramczyk over Garrett Bowles. Got so much shit for that. I mean,
I'm entrenched in Broncos, and I'm very curious. I'm very curious to see how the Chiefs address their defensive line because they lost some of their firepower back there in the corner and safety, if I'm not mistaken.
Tyrann Mathieu, but he's not the player he used to be.
Okay. Did he go off somewhere else?
He's still a free agent. And
I see.
That should tell you how other 31 other teams view him. He's not a top level player anymore.
Yeah, I wonder how they're addressing their defensive line.
You know, they still have Chris Jones. I mean, when you have a guy like that, you know,
another push up the middle. Let's put him on the edge. Oh, I better put it back. That push up the middle. I'm telling you what. If you have it, you better covet that. I'm watching all this film in Seattle, watching these teams, the Redskins, the football team, whatever they call themselves today. There was they lost that game because of push up the middle. Push up the middle was
Jared Allen, DeMar Payne, Matt Udonis, Tim Steele. I mean, seriously, can I go on and on about this? I mean, also, I would covet the crap out of the push up the middle and the offensive line. I mean, those are the two things I covet most. I mean, when you have a Malik Jackson and Derek Wolfe in the middle, again, I don't want to keep talking about this because people aren't going to give a shit. You know, tune out. You know. But again, they're not really going to care. If I was talking about Randy Gregory in light of what other people are talking about him, oh my God, it'd be tune-in centric. But again, I don't really give a shit because, you know, at the end of the day, Pat Bowlen coveted the push up the middle. Adam Peters, again, who's Adam Peters again? Adam Peters is a guy in San Francisco who they gave extra money to so he wouldn't be a GM for 31 other teams because John Lynch realizes how valuable Adam Peters is to that organization. And they realize what did they do? They went after DeForest Buckner, Eric Armstead, Javon Kinlaw, DJ Jones just came from over there. They covet the defensive line. I mean, Adam Peters. Thank you, Elway. Thank you.
Running him off right into San Fran's loving arms.
Which we had to beg to get Rich Scangarello, right? We had to get on our hands and knees.
So going back to the receivers, these receivers of ours they're going to have to get to the second level, but are they going to even have time to do that?
There's one guy that I still have hope for, and that's Cortland Sutton, because I understand. Cortland Sutton was starting to understand the second level before he got hurt. Okay? I want to put that out there before.
Yeah, and it was tough with that knee brace and everything.
Well, and the ACL injury, too, as well. You saw that with Bradley Chubb as well.
Yeah.
But, you know, Cortland Sutton, he has all the physical traits in the world. But the problem I have with him is why did really him and Emmanuel Sanders get into it? Because what was he doing? Stopping on routes, being lazy on routes.
Yeah.
And that's the development I'm talking about.
Well, that's the thing that you hope that that's the kind of thing that Russell Wilson brings to the table, accountability. It's like you can't blame the quarterback now. Now you're under the spotlight. You know, you can't just take off plays and say, "Oh, quarterback."
Yeah. I don't want to hear from Jerry Jeudy on social media that Russell Wilson threw it too hard. I don't want to hear that either.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that shit.
Or it wasn't right where I wanted it.
It was all the quarterback's fault that I dropped the ball. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and of course, the idiots out here they'll laugh. Of course, yeah.
Jerry Jeudy was a top 15 pick, and he hasn't.
Yeah, most people, I think. Yeah, that one. I remember the people saying that when they picked him, like, "Ooh, you're going to regret that one."
Yeah, I would have took CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, or Chase Claypool over him any day.
Yeah, that was Elway. That was Elway all the way.
Yeah, always. I mean, you couldn't have got a Tristan Wirfs. Well, he was picked a pick ahead of us. You couldn't have leapfrogged the pick to get him.
Yeah, we tried to get these O linemen here, and just think of everyone didn't want to hear about our offensive linemen. Now with Russell Wilson, how does how's our offensive line look now?
You ready for some Lloyd Cushenberry getting pushed back at
Oh
will?
yeah, but I heard fantasy guy said, oh, he's good, he's really good, he's good.
Did he really say that? Because I quit watching 5 seconds into that video.
Yeah, he was singing the praises of Cushenberry.
Oh no. Okay.
No, this thing's gone too far. This thing has gone way too far.
Lloyd Cushenberry. Oh wow. Okay. Wow. He improved from the 32nd best center to the 29th. Great, great development, buddy. Woo-hoo-hoo. I saw Creed Humphrey as a rookie, a top 10 center. Creed fucking Humphrey from Oklahoma, which I wanted. I wanted Rashawn Slater. I wanted Tristan Wirfs. I wanted Quentin Nelson. Could you imagine? Ah. Oh.
No, you can't have all that. That's for the good teams, not us. We have good enough. We have good enough.
I forgot where the PR. I forgot where the PR team of the decade. I forgot about that.
Yeah, well, we're just good enough. That's all you have to do. We're just good enough.
We couldn't get Jayon Brown or anybody else. We had to get Alex Singleton because he's just good enough.
Well, I just want to ask all these people that listen to the bubble and come up with this Broncos being Super Bowl contenders. How in the world did a guy just you'd think we just missed the Super Bowl. You think we just missed the Super Bowl somehow.
We haven't been to the playoffs in 6 years.
No, and it's how we're getting beat. That's what really is the key. Where we're getting beaten, how. It's much more than the quarterback. So much more. And I just want these people to explain to me, how is it we can get beaten? We're lacking in so many areas. And it's keeping the Broncos from becoming that elite team. Go
ahead, sorry.
Why they should have made the playoffs last year. Teddy Bridgewater easily could take the team to the playoffs. What's that?
I knew they weren't going to make the playoffs last year. They
don't have the player personnel to do that.
They don't have the player personnel now to do that.
I know. Oh, that's why I said I think Locke went into a much better situation than what Russell Wilson got put into. I don't know. It doesn't sound like I have something I brought up in my video too. Russell Wilson saying, "Are you sure? This is what you want to do? Are you sure?" Okay. It didn't sound like, "Please let me go."
Yeah. Now we have to feel bad for Russell Wilson.
I know.
We have to feel bad for him.
I know. I'm going to tell you what. If this thing goes south, I'm telling you.
Hold it
I'm going to say no. This isn't about Russell Wilson. Stop killing quarterbacks. You got a bigger issue here. You got to stop. You got to knock off killing quarterbacks. You better start addressing core issues here.
Again, the Kaiser lawsuit. We talked about that as well. I wanted to talk about that because that's something that's coming down.
If you would, my theory. I'll let you go, but my quick theory is ownership's already resolved. They got an owner, but go ahead.
Yeah, I agree. It's the Walmart guy.
Presumably, or they're getting us to think that anyway.
Oh, I think it's him.
And I think he paid off. Well, what do you want? How much money you want? Fine, got it. You're done. Because it was an out-of-court settlement, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which tells me there was more to their legal case than that judge that threw it out. Because before she threw it out, she said, "Wow, this is pretty complicated." Well, how do you? And then she comes back and says, "Oh, nothing to see here." And I'm like, wait a minute. You can't say that this is complicated and then throw the case out.
I agree. Get ready for Walmart Stadium at Mile High.
Well, that brings up another point. Is Russell Wilson? I mean, everything's closed doors at Dove Valley, and you get the spin factory, the PR. Is Russell Wilson already meeting with the owner? Question.
I don't think so yet. I think he'll start trickling into the organization towards training camp.
The owner,
I think that's the timeline.
Mr. Walmart,
Mr. Walmart himself.
presumably Walmart Stadium. There is
Yep.
no Walmart. There is no Walmart Stadium, is there?
No. Get ready for your party deck and get ready for your businesses, little D. And yeah, I'm so excited. We're going to the Walmart CEO as our next owner. Woo! So excited.
Well, again, if this thing goes south, he better clean house if he wants a winning team.
I don't think he's a guy that doesn't. I think he's a Jeff Bezos who's just trying to get into the league, or he's just a guy who
He's
just
like, oh, what team do I own?
yeah
Oh, yeah. That's right.
yeah.
He's got that much interest in the.
I don't think he has much interest into it.
Oh yeah. Well, okay, yeah. Well, you guys handle the football.
Exactly how I feel about the Denver Broncos too. I'm like every Sunday I have to watch their bullshit games and do work on it because they're so fucking boring. It's the same shit over and over again.
Predictable. You're predictable. You know what's going to happen. They're going to get exploited in the middle. Offensive line's going to break down. They can't get plays.
I know. Get ready. Get ready for greatness. Just get ready because it's going to be. I honestly think it's going to be worse than last year.
Hey, let's play. So this is okay. We're going to do a little bullshit, but we're going to have a little fun. You play John Idiot, and I'll play the ditzy chick. Okay. Okay. I'll play the ditzy chick. I'm gonna play the ditzy chick. Okay. We're on the radio. Okay, everybody. I didn't realize that the Broncos were not that very good these last couple of years. I didn't even know that. Okay, John Idiot.
No, they're just a quarterback away. Let me tell you, they're just a quarterback away.
Oh, that's it, huh? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to get used to all this winning. That's actually what I heard on the, just for people to know. That's actually, I'm not making this up. That's actually what I heard. This is what it's come down to for you people that have swallowed all this. Great minds like that giving you all your information. See my nail? See my nail?
Oh man.
Oh, blue or orange today? I don't know.
I know. It's bad out there. It's bad. It's really bad that I have to hear from each and every one of these dumb assholes out there that say that we're wrong. Yet every year we're proven right by the player personnel that we wanted when they go off on other teams and have success. So just look at yourself in the mirror. Just look at yourself.
Well, they were going to be just a game away from the Super Bowl last year, is what we were told, and how wrong we were going to be.
Oh my God!
Maybe get one or two people
These
that come in.
People are fucking stupid.
We get one or two people that will come in and say, you know what, you guys were right. But all the hate, none of those people. Yep, they just there goes the subscriptions because we were right again.
Yep, and then next offseason.
Oh yeah, the off season we lose the off season, but we always seem to win the regular season
when it counts. I guarantee you, if this was the Pat Bowlen Run Broncos, we wouldn't have, oh, my nails, are they orange or blue? Or I didn't know they were used to winning. Do I need to get my manicure? Like, I don't need to hear that shit on the radio.
Yeah, they're not going to be used to all this winning.
Oh, my God.
That's what it's come down to. That's what it's come down to. It's
Elway, you're such a.
And then I get a link on this guy that's essentially just the same.
Boy,
they're a Super Bowl.
5 cents. How is Lloyd Cushenberry a great center? Please show me film. Just show me film. I will sit there, and if don't show me highlight reels, I will sit there and critique if you send me film. Please send me film. Don't send me highlight reels. Send me film, please. Because where in the hell are you thinking? I'm talking to the fantasy guy because you don't have a great mind when it comes to this shit. I don't blame you, but again, Lloyd Cushenberry sucks. He sucks. He's a replacement level center.
So
in his third year, and then Graham Glasgow, woo, sign him before the coaches come on. Yeah.
Well, the problem is too is just that the whole new coaching staff, big giant wads of spaghetti. Give me more Shermer.
Don Capers.
Oh, how about this? We never wanted Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started with that crap. Because all you people, Aaron Rodgers, and I was the only person that took all the shit in the world on draft night last year that said that report is complete and utter bullshit. And I was
right. You know? What do you know?
Yeah, I'm ruining your channel. Chicken Little showing up. Aaron Rodgers didn't we know he wasn't playing A. Russell Wilson was playing A all along.
I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you when we get Matthew Stafford, and I'll be right back. Still waiting for that guy. Never showed back up.
Oh God. Tom Brady's gonna come here. Tom Brady, little D.
Yeah, Tom Brady's gonna be here. Poor Russell Wilson.
God. Philip Rivers.
I should go get a tombstone with Russell Wilson's name on it. Welcome to my stadium. There's something, welcome to Dove Valley, and then rest in peace. A tombstone, like the Wild West. Right before the gunfight, you got the mortuary guy, fitting him with going behind him with the.
Or just have the Undertaker behind the tombstone.
Yeah, the Undertaker giving, taking measurements of Russell Wilson.
Undertaker, this isn't football.
Yeah, we're going to bury him too. We never wanted him. We wanted Aaron Rodgers.
I'm just waiting for that to start.
Hey, I'm telling you, I'll wage war. If they try to bury Russell Wilson, I will wage all-out war. I'll call up. I'll do everything. I'm saying I'm done with you people. Stop killing quarterbacks. It's an organization problem. It's not a quarterback problem. This is the final. You can't deny it now.
This is the final countdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, final countdown. What is that from? Chicken Little's movie?
Yeah, no, this is the final countdown. It's either them or it's us. No. It's like that one guy that you didn't go as far as I did with this. I didn't, I had time on my hands, so I just wanted to hear this. So he said that the Broncos have one side of his mouth, he said, this is the Super Bowl ready team. The other side, he said, just in our division, we have the biggest gap to make up. Yeah. It's like, yeah, you think? And that's not fair to Russell Wilson, I don't think. I don't think it's fair to say for him, to say that, and I'm going to, I probably should say in this video, it's not fair to Russell Wilson to say that this team is a quarterback away. That's not really fair to him. There's much that will be exploited by these other teams. I mean, look at what these other teams are doing compared to us. I mean, just really look at it, how serious they get.
You had to calm me down. During the early starts of free agency because I saw what those teams were doing. Like, this isn't a joke here. This is actually legit stuff that was going on during that time frame. I was legit pissed because I saw what they were doing, and it's the philosophy which me and you live by. And those teams get it. And what did we do? I mean, remember when those platforms and oh, I didn't know if we're going to get used to winning. Those people.
I don't know if you're going to get used to all this winning.
Yeah. Those people said that Russell Wilson was going to attract all these free agents, right? Okay.
Who said that is not going to happen? What channel? Yeah.
Us.
Yes.
Yeah, and wow, he attracted
that guy. Where is that guy that said that? Was that Wano?
Yeah, Wanu or whatever his name is.
Wano. What happened to all those free agents that were going to flock here? But where are they? I'm talking to you. You're the guy that said there are all these free agents who are just going to just flock here because they just want to go to a Super Bowl. Seems like the rest of the league knows something else, sees something else. Just saying.
I have nothing to say to people that I can't talk. I can't.
Don't get it. That people that don't get it.
I can't. I'm not ever going to respond to Wano because he's a dumbass. I just can't.
These people are so. It's like an implosion. They're so imploded into the narrative.
Well, that narrative is going to have to be killed before they get out of that narrative. So there's really no point in me responding to these people. I'm sorry.
Well, this is what I'm doing. I'm watching film.
Yep.
And I'm looking at other teams, seeing moves.
Yep.
I'm looking at player personnel across the board.
Yep.
It doesn't add up.
You know why it doesn't add up? Because we don't believe the bullshit that Dove Valley's putting out there, that they put out there for 6 to 7 years. Again, the Bills, the Chiefs, the Steelers, the Ravens, those teams.
Chargers. I mean, look at the Chargers.
Chargers, they get it.
Colts, the Ravens. Ravens need to think about how they're going to use their quarterback. They got, I think, issues.
Well, you know, I'm not just talking about their quarterback. I'm talking about their foundational player development.
No, of course. But I'm just saying foundational players. They've known that for a long time. Steelers too. But they needed to resolve this. Get whatchamacallit away from college football.
Well, that too, but they also resolved something else that you've been wanting for the past 2 years. And Marcus Williams, right?
Oh, I would take Christian Simmons over him. No. I got it. Hey, by the way, Wano, I have some New Orleans Saints fan that would like to have a conversation with you about their former safety and our current safety. They'd like to educate you a little bit on that.
Yeah, Marcus Williams. I can name 8 to 10 safeties better than Justin Simmons at the top of my head.
Yeah, it's not that well. And what we're going to see is that's going to get exploited again. We showed on, because when they have these losses, look at what Philadelphia did to them. How do you lose to Philadelphia? How do you lose to Philadelphia if you're a team that's just a quarterback away? You don't lose those games. You don't lose to Cleveland. You win those games. Nobody's explained how we know how we showed film how they lost. We showed all the film.
You don't lose to the Raiders twice.
You don't. Well, you got shellacked the first time.
Well, I'm just saying, but you still don't lose to the Raiders twice. You don't lose to the Chiefs twice. You lose to the Chiefs twice, the Raiders twice, and go 1-1 with the Chargers every year. You're not going to make the playoffs. You need to start off by winning your own division, number one. Before you even think about getting into the playoffs, you need to take care of your own division.
Yeah, that's now the Kansas City Chiefs. They're lucky because the Kansas City Chiefs are falling under the Mahomes spell of his contract. People are leaving.
Well, yeah, you could say that all you want,
but they also have foundational pieces too.
Yep, they have that offensive line intact still. They have that defensive line intact still.
Well, that offensive line now has a year under their belt that they didn't have.
Yep. And the Chargers.
Our defensive line?
Oh. Yeah. Our defensive line is, I think, you know what? Our defensive line
is. Gregory.
Well, hold on.
Is Gregory even going to be on the field?
No, he's going to be another hot tub time machine, Juwan James.
Hot Tub Time Machine 2.0.
You know what? you're the one that brought it up. Great point. I'm sticking by it. He's going to be another hot tub time machine. And I've been saying this ever since his time in Nebraska. He was hot tub time machine.
He was hot tubbing it up, huh?
Yeah, he was hot tubbing it up at time at Nebraska. And I'm a Nebraska fan, okay? And he still was hot tubbing it up.
That move is John Elway all
Yeah.
That's 6 years of this stuff. That's a Metallic. I was right to say that was a Metallic Watson move.
Yeah, you're completely right. That was a Juwan. I think it's more of a Juwan James.
Well, I'm talking about the whole. You put them in a basket altogether. It's all Elway's little mismanagement basket.
Terrell Casey's, Melik Watson's, Ron Lear.
God, I'll tell you what. I was like pounding the table. Do not bring. What did the bubble do? What did the radio do?
Form that defensive line.
I'm like, you people are out of your mind. I mean, the Titans, who love Casey, said he's washed up. Well, it's a perfect John Elway pick. I got a name. Yeah.
Oh, God.
And that's the thing about like the Gregory pick that still perplexes me.
Well, it also perplexes me that we're still paying Melik Watson. We're still paying Juwan James. We're still paying Shelby Harris. Oh, wow.
Mismanagement. How are you going to deal with you want to sign Wilson? And what are you going to do? You told your receivers, I'm going to pay you all this money, but I'm not. How do you like that? I'm going to pay you all this money, but we're not.
I wouldn't put it past this team, honestly.
Everything this team does, it's just perplexing to me. I've never seen, it's a shit show here.
Well, also, what is another perfect John Elway move? Moving players to positions that make no sense, like a fucking
Barry Browning, I know. Well, that seems like a really good idea. Put him on the edge. Edge. If I say edge, I'll say edge. Yeah, edge. Did I say edge? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Wow.
I think we need a clown car full of corners.
This linebacking core, and I'm talking the middle of the field.
Everybody knows that. Everybody.
It's going to be cherry picking in the middle of that fucking field. It's going to be a slaughterhouse with Josie Jewell and number one, Quan Williams again. You can't get a better player than Bryce Callahan at the same.
Just like if you had Bush and you had Zaven Collins. Bush and Zaven Collins back there. Think about that for a minute.
Oh, God. I wanted to keep Devin Bush. I wanted to keep him.
Well, isn't that what Fangio wanted?
Yeah.
But John Elway said,
No, we're trading back to get Noah Fant. And then you buried him, and then you traded him.
And this team, I'm telling you.
Well, you know what? Could you imagine? Again, you had Devin Bush. That's fine. But you still needed to upgrade the other Mike linebacker rule, and you got Miles Jack or Jayon Brown. And then you developed Baron Browning to take over for Miles Jack. Oh, man.
No.
I like yours more. I like yours, Zaven Collins and Devin Bush. That'd be great.
That's Super Bowl caliber player personnel.
Could you imagine if you brought in a Jordan Phillips and you got a drafted DJ Jones to the? Could you imagine if you brought in a defensive tackle like a DeForest Buckner, drafted him, and you? Yeah, yep. No, can't do that.
You're getting into Super Bowl caliber. You're not into this good enough garbage.
I got to get out of that. I got to get back to the good enough.
That's what the new owner, if he actually realizes what team he bought.
That's my fear.
What? Oh, it's the Broncos, honey. Oh yeah. Is that that's in Denver, right? Oh yeah.
John Elway's still in the organization, right? Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right. We got them out there running it. They're not doing too good. Oh, yeah, kind of like the Fords, right? Yeah, you know.
Oh my
Well, the
god.
Fords, they're. Well, I don't know. Maybe the Fords decided to stop being a joke. You know, they got the memo finally. Oh, do people think we're got a bad team? I didn't know that. You've had a bad team for 6, 7 decades. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess we better do something about that.
My god, I have to wait decades
Thank
for
you,
that.
Ford. Yeah.
Oh man, if I have to wait 6 to 7 decades for this shit to turn around, oh god.
Be buried next to me.
Yeah, and then I'll be teaching my other chicken little brethren.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, yeah.
Chicken Little. The old man, Walter Matthau. Yeah.
Oh god, that's good. I like
Yeah, the
that.
odd couple, right? That's where we are, the odd couple. I'm Walter
Oh,
Matthau, and
God.
you're Felix Unger. Do 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 do
Yeah, yeah, stop joking around. Clean yourselves up. Man, this is a show, not chicken little shit. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like the vulgar look.
I
We're
like
we're too vulgar and we're too outside the outside lines.
negative. Yeah.
Yeah, you know that when this thing goes south and they're all bitching, they're fighting, they're like pulling their hair out and blaming everybody. We're gonna do a video that says who's negative Nancy now? Who's negative Nancy now?
Oh my god. We're gonna hear from Jose again. We're gonna hear from Wanu. We're gonna hear from these idiots.
Friggin' idiots.
Idiots.
No, they will slink off to and hide down in the rim of the bubble.
So, what are your expectations for this Super Bowl 3 to 5 year run that we're about to go
Well,
on?
let me tell you how the Broncos could actually offensively win. I'm not sure they can keep up. This is what offensively.
I'll mute.
If the Denver Broncos if they're going to play an opponent with a DC who's so stupid that he's going to play the Broncos in soft zone, watching Russell Wilson film with our receiving core, our just good enough receiving core, Russell Wilson will chew that up. He'll feast on that. They won't be able to stop Russell Wilson if it's they're playing soft zone. What I honestly see is I see the Broncos behind 14 points in these games. I'm trying to play catch up with at least with that defense of theirs. This great defense that got blown out, manhandled, and everything else. Fangio trying to keep it together with chicken little wire, baling wire and whatnot, duct tape. But I see the defense being very exploitable in the middle again, another year, 7 years in a row. With a tough schedule, you may get your wish. They may get blown out until finally the National says, we can't air this anymore. I think they're going to struggle. They may actually split with the Chiefs this year, but they could lose this time lose twice to both the Chargers and the Raiders. I want to say something about Josh McDaniels and Derek Carr in our division. I think that Josh McDaniels kind of brings that Musgrave kind of thing back to Derek Carr that he didn't have since that Musgrave thing. I think McDaniels knows how to get the most out of Carr. I think that Josh McDaniels will know how to carve up the Broncos defense even better than their coaching staff did. So they could be looking at 2 losses, splitting with the Chiefs, and taking 2 losses with between the Raiders and the Chargers. But anybody that plays Russell Wilson soft zone, Russell Wilson will chew that up all day long. He'll feast off that. Now, man coverage, that's going to be a different story. That's going to be a lot tougher sled for this receiver core and Wilson with that offensive line in front of him. That's going to be a really tough sled for them if they get into man situations. That's been my observations with the Seattle. That offensive line, it's going to be running. I have to see it to believe it, to see this new coaching staff, what they can do. So I'm highly skeptical. Unlike the PR, I'm highly skeptical as to what this team can do. But I am going to predict that they are going to get a tough schedule. That's basically all I can say about the Denver Broncos. Special teams too. Seattle special teams was hit and miss, but I don't think it was as bad as ours by any stretch of the imagination. It's going to be very interesting to see how the special teams, if we're, let me ask you, isn't it, we're now going on 7 years, if this special teams is horrible, it'll be 7 years of bad special teams again? That's never been fixed, has it?
No.
So how do you have it? I got a question. How do you have a Super Bowl contending team who has 6 years of bad special team? How is that even possible? How can you say a team is just a quarterback away from the Super Bowl or even being considered playoff contenders when their special teams is a train wreck? How?
Sorry.
Yeah, give me your. I'll mute. You give me your Bronco take.
For this season, I think there's going to be a lot going on this season. Number one, I think that there's a possibility that this Russell Wilson will get killed. I think there's a big possibility of that. I think that nothing will be fixed offensively. I think you're still going to get that Pat Shurmur-esque offense. I don't think that Nathaniel Hackett brings a lot of creativity to the game. I think that.
Hold on a second. You were going to talk, and you haven't yet. Probably it's my fault for cutting you off. You were going to talk about what Hackett did not do and what he did in Green Bay. Go ahead.
So Nathaniel Hackett wasn't the offensive coordinator in Green Bay. He was a glorified best friend for Aaron Rodgers. He was basically the QB coach / offensive coordinator, all the above. But the guy that was really calling the plays was the head coach, Matt LaFleur. And Aaron Rodgers and Matt LaFleur do have a really good relationship because Aaron Rodgers respects his play calling ability and his creativity on the offense side of the ball and what you need to be successful in the National Football League. But that being said, I think these receivers, I think Jerry Jeudy's going to struggle again this year, especially. I don't see Jerry Jeudy taking that big leap that everybody's hoping for. I think this offense is going to struggle to some degree. I think it will be better, but I think it'll still be meddling in the middle like it always has been. Defensively, I think that's where you're going to take the biggest nosedive. My apologies. I think you ultimately got worse in your front seven. I think the Randy Gregory signing makes absolutely no sense from a player personnel standpoint. He doesn't fit a 3-4 outside linebacker. He's a 5-tech 4-3 defensive end in a 4-3 defense. DJ Jones, love the signing. But I think that his game will be regressed due to the fact that he has Mike Purcell and Draymond Jones next to him. Go ahead.
I should have hit the cop button before I did that. But my prediction is that they're going to be trying to tinker with the defense. That'll be a full on that thing. That's going to go all through the season. Well, let's try that. We'll move that. I bet you $50. This will be a big tinkering job. Be tinkering with that.
I completely agree with you. I think they're going to meddle with the Don Capers, Ezero type crap. Again, Draymond Jones, you people said that he would have his breakout year. You guys compared him to Aaron Donald. You guys are wrong once again. This channel got it right with Draymond Jones because he sucks ass. Bradley Chubb. I'm actually predicting a decent season for Bradley Chubb. I think he will be half of what he was his rookie year.
The problem
half of his rookie year, because I think that Bradley Chubb is a damn good player the reason I say half because he doesn't have the other supporting cast with him at all. That's why it'll be half of his rookie season.
Yeah, if we really got serious with the interior and made it a force to be reckoned with in the AFC West, that Malik Reed and Chubb would have been fine on the edges.
I agree. And Stephen Weatherly, I think he played well.
Weatherly, that would have been fine on the edges if you would have put more resources. Get that into that quarterback's face, move the quarterback to the edges, get him off spot. That helps people, in the secondary out. And then if we could have had Browning and then kept even another, maybe even other help in the linebacking. If we had more coverage ability, we could take that first read away. Then you could start talking serious playoff type stuff. But the organization just is clueless. They're totally clueless, and it's going to show. It will show. It'll manifest itself.
I think the Baron Browning experiment will backfire on them tenfold.
You've already seen that. You've seen it already.
Yeah, I think that all linebacking core, especially the Mike linebackers, will be exposed. I think this is going to be the worst Mike linebacking core we've had in a very, very, very long time. This middle linebacking core is going to be crap. I think our secondary is going to struggle. I think Surtain will be fine if they don't move him into the slot. If they keep him outside, I think he'll have a decent season. I think Quan Williams is going to be exposed. Oh my God. You think that, you think Adam Pac-Man Jones is bad. Just wait for Quan.
If I was going to play the Broncos offensively, play the Broncos defense, I would just, have receivers, have Darby and Surtain take the receivers. I'd hit them in the middle all the time. I would pick on their horrible linebacking with my tight ends. I would work on their slot area. These are high percentage passes, so I know that's going to help my offensive line out. I know they don't have to be taxed and I just know that I know McDaniels will do this, but I would go ahead and attack Justin Simmons like I have every year, and I would just work on target the middle. Let Darby and sure, let Darby Surtain stay on the edges. That's fine. We're going to go right in the middle. So they're really a non-factor anyway. I just feast on that middle. Go after Williams, the slot. I would exploit that. And then I'll go and attack Justin Simmons.
Yep. That's basically all I had to say there. I think you could possibly be going 0-6 in your own division. I could see that as a big possibility if Russell Wilson stays healthy, and if the offense is clicking to some degree. I think you can split with the Chiefs, but even that's a stretch to me. I think that there's going to be games where this season where you're going to see a lot of what you saw against the Eagles and the Browns. And if I was an offense coordinator, I just run right up the middle against this team and I just attack that linebacking core because I know that they're soft in the middle. They're still soft in the interior. So all I have to do is run the ball, establish a run, play action pass over the linebackers near Justin Simmons. And I think Justin Simmons is going to suck. I think this is going to be the Justin Simmons coming out party for how bad he sucks. I think this is he's going to get exposed bad.
Well, and that's just it. I think that teams can chew up the clock and score on the Broncos.
Yeah, and I also believe that and this is why I value special teams, because did you watch the Super Bowl 50 special teams run that the Broncos were on with Kayvon Webster and Cody Latimer and what they were doing, and Jordan Norwood and how they were able to get past the 30-yard marker? I mean, do people not remember a guy named Trendon Holiday, the punt returner? I mean, yeah.
We have not had anything on special teams since 2015.
I would also say 2013 with Trendon Holiday.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So how can anybody out there talk that this is a one quarterback away when your special team, you don't even have special teams.
Your special teams suck.
They have for years.
Just because a
reflection of other things.
Yeah, just because the coach talked well. You guys said the same thing about Tom McMahon. Once this coach, for whatever his name is, Parker or whatever his name is, he could talk a good game, but you don't have the player personnel to talk that game. So once he fails, and I'm also making a prediction because I'm watching this with the key eye. I also predict that Tom McMahon will have a better special teams with the Raiders than the Denver Broncos will under this new
because of player personnel.
Yep, and I'm going to hold every one of you accountable for that as well.
Well, especially James Marilat.
Yeah, fuck you, James Marilat.
All right. Well, that's a good note to end on. Fuck you, James Marilat.
Fuck you, Elway. Fuck your legacy.
Your GM legacy.
Yeah. Legacy sucks.
He doesn't exist. He doesn't have an office busting at the seams. You don't see Wilson shaking his hand saying yes, Bob.
I'm just waiting for you to do that loop video. I've been waiting for that loop video.
I know. I was thinking about you waiting for that too. So I'll do it this week. I'll get it this week.
Yes.
Before I go on my yes. I'm deciding that I like the Conquistador soundtrack, but I'm also thinking about Tainted Love. Once I ran to you, now I run from you. I give you everything a boy could give you.
Oh my God.
do 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 do. Times I feel I've got to get away, run away.
Oh God, Tainted Love! Holy crap! Oh man,
it's about right, isn't it?
Saved.
I'm telling you, this whole Denver Bronco thing, you can't even make it up. I mean, if we have real honest journalism, that this is and just tell it like it is. So I've never even heard of anything like this. No owner, you got a rogue former quarterback running a team like an owner, screwing up, just draw dead and running a PR machine. Yeah. This thing just keeps dive bombing. But where else? Where have you ever seen anything like this in sports? In the history of sports?
My God, they would encourage this team. Oh, it's gonna jump off a cliff. Yeah.
Let's just burn this dumpster, man. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think this is gonna get used to winning. Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna be able to get used to all this winning.
Oh my God. Yeah.
You like the orange or do you like the blue? I don't know.
Oh my God. It doesn't exist. Yeah.
Who should we get out of retirement? Brett Favre. Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, Peyton Manning.
Yeah, man. Now Mike Shanahan, get him on the
God. Oh man. Wade Phillips.
Yeah. We got to take him over this. What we got now?
Oh man. Don Capers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, Pat Shermer. Pat Shermer. Yeah.
Bill Musgrave. Oh man.
Bill Musgrave right out of there, baby. I think I heard his name like bounce around 7,000 times. It's got to be good.
Oh, Bill Musgrave's a shoo-in. Yeah.
Yeah, he's bringing Matthew Stafford with him. Yeah.
Man, we show film on that channel.
Yeah. Hey, when I was watching Matthew Stafford, I wasn't really all that impressed. Just saying. He's not like I don't think he's like he used to be. That's just me.
I agree.
I know. How dare I?
Yeah.
How dare I?
Yeah.
Gregory. Oh, that's all we ever wanted was Gregory. That's all we ever talked about was Gregory.
Can you believe that?
That just blows my mind. We've been saying Gregory all along. We didn't say the other guy. We said that.
Yeah, we didn't say Chandler Jones and Von Miller. Yeah.
No way that Von Miller, you can't afford him.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I like him. I like these comments. Yeah, it was a much better deal than Von Miller. You didn't get Von Miller. Did you? Do you understand?
Do you understand why the Bills paid him that? Because they were able to, number one. Number two, they had the player personnel already in set. You idiotic moron.
Yeah.
Like Wilson did. Dumbass.
Well, I'm going to leave you with this. Well, I'm going to go. Is there anything else you have?
No.
Okay. Lying in bed, just like Russell Wilson did. Yes, yeah. More of this guy singing. Yeah. More of that. God, I love his voice. He's gonna get subs. You just watch. He's gonna get subs.
Oh man.
Yeah. They said so here in the bubble. They said right here. I heard it like 20,000 times, and if they said it 20,000 times, you know it's got to be true.
Did you agree?
Yeah.
He's singing.
Yeah. The Beatles in their prime, I'm telling you, man, right there.
That's passion is prime right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm sorry I had to do that to you.
No, I love it.
More beer, okay?
All right.
I'll see you.
All right, bye.
Bye.